Greetings, fans, and welcome again to another episode of this show, which probably will be the last because, or if not last, we're almost coming to the end of the show. And to continue from where I left last time, we just talked about immediately after being able to break, to go the first 2, 3, 4 days of your life without touching cigarettes or whiskey or any other kinds of drugs that you might be using, and you have finished completely. You have successfully broken the powers that link you to the cigarette or the opium or the, the alcohol, and now you are working for your first week trying to mix and mingle with the rest of the universe, the rest of mankind, the various circles of life, your office, market, the supermarket, the slum where you live. Those people who those people who take a bigger percentage in the way you decide your life, the friends, the workmates, see that, close friends whom you whisper and generate with their life. See that now you are able, you have managed to beat all your weaknesses, and you can stand up and tell your friends that no, I have stopped smoking, I've stopped drinking, I've stopped sniffing, and I've stopped everything about drug consumption. Now you want to go into the world and start a new life. So that success is not usually, it's not normally, it's not always guaranteed. When you go to the world, there are many obstacles there. People like workmates, people like love affairs. You see that love affairs that feel very sweet, taste very sweet when they go with a cigarette or a tot of whiskey. You see that you feel you feel as if you are in your own world, somewhere people you've never been before, the places where life is sweetest than it is when you are sober, living a real life in your on this planet. You see that? So things are even there are many experiences in life. There's there are very many experiences in life, and there are very many other things that each and every human being have their own experiences, their own versions of the same taste, the same sun, but each and every individual their own taste, the same thing. So when you come from there, success is not always guaranteed. See that if you are not careful, sliding back into it is very easy. Just a wrong move, you touch a cigarette from a friend, and you are wrong move, you throw down a tot from a friend, you throw down a tot down your throat, and you cannot, you already need without knowing. Just one slight move, wrong move, and you are in it. See that? You are in it again after 2, 3 months again, you are crying. Oh, I want to stop, I want to stop. How do I stop? How do I do it? That is exactly what you are trying to warn us against. You stay away from that thing. When you have decided to stop it, and you have broken, you have spent the first week without touching cigarette, without touching whiskey, without touching anything, that whatever it is that you are eating or consuming. You see that once you have decided to stop it for good, and don't ever go back, and don't ever be fooled, ever be moved easily by the currents. See that people move from one pub to the other, people move from one environment to the other, and you see that these little changes might affect your reasoning, and you find yourself in, see that, doing some things not knowing you are in it again. You are until when your head starts, until when Then whatever it is that was damaged in your body starts aching again. When it starts aching, you start going, ah, what is it? Hmm? Looks like I'm sick again. Oh, I want to stop. I want to. Nah, again you go crying, looking for what? Help. They have never been developed biochemical formulas that can help you to drop the what? Break that thing, break the links between you and what you eat. You see that? So that's how it is. That is what we were talking about last time. And once you have gone, successful done that, be careful the way you mix into the world, mix with the you go into the world and mix with the people, the lifestyles, everything. Make sure that it doesn't draw you back into that hell again. Once you go, go for good. See that? God for good. And especially when you get young ones, juniors, who don't have an idea of how life looks like on the other end. It is very good if you can persuade them, and see that you can, until you see that you have gotten them off that kind of life, and you get them, you do it well, in a good way, not to cause conflict between the two sides. You see that? So that's how it is. Once you have gotten out of that and can walk on the streets like that, you can mix with the friends. Even if they smoke, they don't pass you the cigarettes. Even if they drink, they don't pass you a thought. You see that you have changed. Even if now, after 2 3 months, the fourth, fifth month, now the sixth month, you can sit in a bar. People drink whiskey and beer. You drink milk. You drink fruit juice, and you drink porridge. See that? And it will not be easy to get you into those circles of life again. Even if you sat in the bar the whole day, you wouldn't go back to drinking that stuff again. See that? So the more you continue living away from smoking the cigarette, the stronger you become, until one time it will look like normal. Now you start wondering how easy it had been to stop the e-cigarettes after you're healed. But if you don't get a hint of what it looks like and how it goes, it looks like mountains before you, mountains that you cannot do it. You cannot jump. That's how it is, and it looks like that for a helpless man who doesn't even a source of power, who doesn't know even about power, who doesn't know about even. You depend entirely on the doctor's works. See, if the doctor doesn't come, the doctor doesn't have an idea. You are gone, my friend. You are waiting for what? The time to drop into your grave. See that? So that's how it is in we are. That's how it is in once you have gotten your life, you're a free man. See that? Some of these things are looking like jokes now. You've been crying. You are ready to offer even someone money because your chest was aching. Your chest was. You are coughing something bad. Your nose was cracking, the cold and everything. But now you have an idea you can get that thing, and you are healed and everybody's happy. Live your life well and be a happy man. And drugs, tobacco smoking, or chewing is injurious to life, is injurious to your health. It hurts your body. There's not even one time in history where anyone managed to survive or to get anything good, biological, or even what out of that. They've always ended up ruining their respiration systems, the teeth, cancerous infections, others. People have fallen sick in many ways. No one has ever, I've never heard of any diet, ancient diet, that included tobacco in any way and benefited the people biologically. It has never reached my ear. But whatever is happening always ends up in a what? In a catastrophe of harm. It always ends up in with all 100% negative effects. See that? Damaged lungs, damaged teeth, damaged mouths. See the mouth tissues. You see everywhere it damages. So it is good if we advise all mankind against the consumption of tobacco and eat cabbages instead of them. See that? Person who eats cabbages and spinach is millions of times better than you, even if your cigarettes cost $1 million a pack every evening. See that? That is how it is. And we are expecting that our show will help smokers and drinkers and other sorts of drug users to get the ideas that saved us so that you can do the same to them. You see that? We weren't, we weren't, we might not be good doctors, but that is what happened to us. See that? So that's how it is in the life is that way. Remember, you cannot know that you are sick until, or you're in the wrong position until when it has done what? You feel the first effects. See that? But that is bad. It is. If we can get these guys to know before they get hurt, get them to skip or to change their diet before it does what? Before they start suffering cancerous wounds on the mouth, the teeth, see that? With the fingers and every on the body, it would be better than doing that. But once you get saved, it's usually very, very good. So that's how it is, and I think we shall meet next time when I come back with the next episode of this show, which probably will be telling us about how we can, the best way to talk to boys and girls who have gotten themselves into the habit without the best way to talk to them so that it doesn't look like it doesn't turn out to be a conflict. You are fighting, it's a war, like a battlefield. It's a war of, see that, psychological and all that inside the home. And in the school, the teacher is always following you with the whip, thinking that the whip will help you to do what? To know, understand. Thinking that the whip will trigger something psychological or something across your mind. So you can bring a picture before you, and then you start wondering, what hit me? Oh, what if? Oh, in such as after such a such. You see that? The threats, and when you expose the truth before the victims like this, it triggers it does a lot on their brain as they grow or as they continue doing in everyday life than whipping their asses the whole day. It only causes them pains, and when they go back, they don't have an idea what you are trying to harm into their heads. They don't know. They don't have any idea, and there's nowhere in this world where they can get that kind of information, that kind of psychological help, that kind of know how to put them, tell them, you are a big man. What we are saying is this and this. You go and change this and this. We want this one to look like this. That is what we're going to have in our next episode. Goodbye for being with me in this episode, and see you when I come back with the next episode on the show.